Hey guys, it's Mike, day 2 here at the International Builder Show and Kitchen and Bath Show. We have a big one for you. We're going to walk through the Kohler booth, the Delta booth, see what all the big things that are new here, and really get to go into the general construction area, see some neat stuff there. So let's get into it and head into the show. Okay, we're in the mowing booth. We're going to kind of do it different today. Just walk around and see what's cool. This display is really neat. It shows all the plumbing is on and off. So I just turned on this guy here. I can switch the diverter. A really great way to see how the handles work, the sets, seeing how temperature controls will work in the house. And then they have these vignettes back here, which are really nice, where you can see kind of how everything fits together. A lot of these freestanding units are pretty popular, but also the fact that we can show the faucet to the matching gold hardware. You have towel bar, toilet paper holder. Always popular question for us. You know, we like to match that to the towel bars. In here, you can kind of see the breadth of line of what they bring in. Chateau being kind of the base model here, and then where we kind of see most of our customers coming in is Align is popular, and then these kind of newer modern styles, or less modern, but this one here is modern. You can also see, just how expansive this booth is. Over there, they have all the kitchen stuff, so let's go over there and check that out really quick. All day. Okay, so a lot of collaborations here. You can see over here there's with Ryan Burbank, an industrial designer. That's cool. And then over here is another industrial designer, the Smith collection. So bringing a lot of collections in. A pretty good area to walk through and see kind of everything that Moen has to offer. So let's go check out someone else. Okay, something cool we just walked upon is at Woodbridge. This is an infrared sauna. It's about $4,500. Comes in a kit. Everything's integrated was what they told us. So you just put it together and all the components inside are together, which is neat. You have your LED here. You got LEDs in the ceiling. All your control panel on this side. And it's pretty comfortable. I'm 6 foot for reference. So you fit nice standing. You're never gonna stand in it, obviously, to sit. Then they have a wood cold plunger that they think is really neat to show with a chiller on the side. Metal bin, nice aesthetic here. But if you want a better aesthetic for a cold plunge, you can do this. This is a freestanding tub. There's probably a really good way to remote mount this Woodbridge chiller. You get the chiller going, and then you have your tub that you can use as a regular tub, or you can make that your cold plunge in your house. So sauna in the closet, then you have your cold plunge in the main area. Would be a really nice feature. Okay, so we're at the Toto booth. Bidet toilets are getting very, very popular. You can see just on the tops that they have here. So if you have a regular toilet, you want to add this, really easy to do with Toto. Tons of options. This is probably their Mac Daddy. You can see on the side here, it's got, a million things. You can turn on the temperature of the seat, oscillating, front, rear, all the options that you have here. Now, if we go behind here, they show it on a toilet attached, and this would be the retrofit, and the wires come out the side here. So you have the wires coming out the side of the toilet exposed, but if you buy the toilet that's ready to be a bidet toilet, it'll actually on this side have the wires inside. So you can see there's a specific hole right here in the toilet for all your wires to go, not to be exposed, really easy. This one comes with a remote, so you can see all the options that you can have. And just walking down this line of toilets, you can see there's so many options of everything. They spray, do all sorts of things. I don't actually know how to work a bidet toilet, so we're gonna keep walking. So toilets here, these will be all your standard on the floor toilets. And then we have a whole section here of their on the wall options. So toilets here, then you have your flushing mechanism on the wall behind in that framing. And they have a display over here that shows you exactly what that looks like. So really cool toilets from Toto, always a big brand name in toilets. Let's keep going. Okay, we're here at Docking Drawer, walking by Solace. It's really, really neat. So Dad, if you want to come closer, inside your drawer, you actually get power. So how many times are you looking for charging your shaver? They got a watch charger in here, USB-C. The connection back here all comes through the drawer. And then this one actually has a really cool feature where it pops out. So you pop it out, and as it pops out, it's going to turn it on. So it has a safety on and off for the outlet itself. You see it cuts off there. So a really neat way to add some power to your drawers. So we're at Delta. This is a really neat feature that they've added to a lot of more options here. But you know, how many times you get toothpaste on the sides all around your sink? Well, from here, you can just pull it down and wash your sink really easily with this. It used to just be in one, but now they've added it to multiple different options in the sink line. It is also a little magnetic, so it pulls back, going to be tight. I think this is a really neat option for anyone and a great innovation by Delta. Okay, we're at the Kraus booth. Every one of my houses gets a Kraus sink. I love them. I'm a big fan because of all the features that you get. So you can see this is a sliding tray with cutouts in it, so you can put all your things if you're going to have a party or something. This one's stainless steel, so it comes with the grate on the inside, which I think is also a great thing. You don't want to scratch your stainless steel. But if you don't want to go stainless steel or some of the standard colors, they've got blue right here, blue stainless with a blue drying mat, blue accessory tray, blue everything on that. And then if we go around the corner, there's a lot more colors as well. Those are undermount sinks. Excuse me. And then they have a surface-mounted farmhouse style in black. This is a granite composite, super popular, but you can see like the niche number of accessories they have is insane. And then we'll go over here to an undermount farmhouse sink, and we're about to put a black one of these in, which is going to look amazing on the countertops when it goes in. But you can just see why these sinks are so popular. Farmhouse with the workstation, you get all the accessories. This is what people are looking for when they look for a sink. Okay, we're at the Kraus booth. Every one of my houses gets a Kraus sink. I love them. I'm a big fan because of all the features that you get. So you can see this is a sliding tray with cutouts in it, so you can put all your things if you're going to have a party or something. This one's stainless steel, so it comes with the grate on the inside, which I think is also a great thing. You don't want to scratch your stainless steel. But if you don't want to go stainless steel or some of the standard colors, they've got blue right here, blue stainless with a blue drying mat, blue accessory tray, blue everything on that. And then if we go around the corner, there's a lot more colors as well. Those are undermount sinks. Excuse me. And then they have a surface-mounted farmhouse style in black. This is a granite composite, super popular, but you can see like the niche number of accessories they have is insane. And then we'll go over here to an undermount farmhouse sink, and we're about to put a black one of these in, which is going to look amazing on the countertops when it goes in. But you can just see why these sinks are so popular. Farmhouse with the workstation, you get all the accessories. This is what people are looking for when they look for a sink. We're here at the Kohler booth. If you want to pan to the left and the right, this is the single largest booth I've ever seen in my life. And you can see there's a lot of water at the booth. So let's take a little tour, see what's available and what's cool from Kohler this year. If you follow our channel, we do a lot of stuff with Delta and Moen, but kind of seeing what's out here now. It looks like they got some massaging heads for your shower. This is awesome. I think we highlighted this in a video before, but this is the Anthem. It's the digital version, but you can turn on and off the flow of anything from it, which is pretty cool. I don't actually know how to do it, but let's see. There we go. Yeah. Boom. So you can turn it on, and what this does is it goes to a remote valve, and it can control all four of these items, which is really neat and unique from this. It's a great experience. That's the Anthem. You can do steam with it. You can do a lot of cool stuff. We have a video on it in a plumbing warehouse. It's like Plumbing Fixtures 101. Kohler toilets. So here's some really neat toilets. So they also have the same thing that we kind of looked at in Toto, where you can do a top on here with the hand module, standard toilets. But then they also have this Numi, which we highlighted in our other video. This is that crazy toilet that comes in a lot of different colors, but it talks to you. It does all that really cool stuff. It's a bit overwhelming, but There's a lot here. So let's go back here. Yeah, we can just keep it rolling and we're good. So back here, we've got some of the vanity sets that they have and some newer handles and light fixtures. So this is a great idea of like what they have. This is cool. Let's go in here. So some wall mounted. Those are new. Very cool. Does it work? No. In here, a lot of new Studio McGee. So we saw this in our tour of the showroom. Beautiful product. And then look at this. Endless possibilities. So when they talk about why Kohler is so important, you can choose your knobs, you can choose the stem, and you can play with it to say, I want to do a single, I want to do a long, and you can say, hey, do I want to do this handle or this handle with that sync? And you can play with it with everyone. It's a really cool concept of how they do it. So this is a great display. You can see all the kitchen faucets here. And then we're just gonna kind of breeze through because there's way too much stuff for us to cover in 1 minute video. So as we cruise back here, you can see beautiful tubs, shower set, another Anthem in there. And then we got some really cool tubs back here. Look at that tub. That's wild. Anthem shower with a bubble machine, and then they've got some sauna systems. So they have the steam and then another sauna here, dry. You've seen those in another video when we went to Artisan Kitchen and Bath. All right, that was great. So we're at Span. This is one of the coolest products that we're gonna see all day, in my opinion. So it's a smart breaker panel. A couple cool features right off the bat is it's backlit, so you can walk in, it's super clean. It looks really, really nice, so it's not your standard breaker panel that you're gonna get. It's got a beautiful map on it, like you're gonna know every circuit that you're gonna have, not only here, but in the app. And then you can easily read all of the numbers on here. So on here, this is gonna be the connection to the grid, but really, the best thing that we learned about on this one is if you have 200 amp service and you need to get an EV charger or things like that, you don't have to upgrade your service with the panel from Span. You can use the same panel and just shed the loads. It also, in a storm situation, will help to shed the loads. The app, you can turn on and off things so you're not wasting energy. This is an amazing product. Check it out on span.com. I love it. Okay, so we're here at the Cambria booth, my favorite countertops by far for so many reasons. We're with Christina and Andy. They're gonna kind of walk us through the booth, tell us what's new and why people should choose Cambria when building their house.
Absolutely. All right, so we are out of the Orlando market, Miami over here, so we got you covered on both sides of that.
All
we got
Florida.
some new finishes that you guys are into right now. Inverness Blakely, one of our newest updates that we got. Beautiful tones here. And then we move over to your Everly Warm with your Cambria Matte. We're gonna move into your Everly, that person that wants a little bit of green in their life, loves this. And then we go into our Bright.
So this would go really well. We're doing a lot of like green cabinets.
Yes.
Like an island that's green, that would be killer on a green island.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so we see like polished and matte.
Correct.
What are the benefits of going with a matte finish versus a polished finish?
That's a great question. There's a lot of advantages to a matte finish, but the good thing is that our textures, it doesn't matter what you pick, you're still gonna have that beautiful, able to clean it with just warm soapy water. You're never gonna have to worry about the maintenance on it. So there's no differences as far as aesthetically, what you're gonna have to deal with as far as maintenance. The good thing is that some people just don't like that bright polished look. When the lights hit it, it might be too much reflection for them. Some people like a little bit softer, so that's where you get with the warms and that matte finish. So that's kind of where you can get the advantages.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you can see.
That's a backlit option too.
This is a backlit. We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there.
Absolutely.
So these are kind of some of the, are these four all new?
They are all brand new.
All brand new, okay. Yes. And then there was a darker all brand new one too. That was crazy. Okay, we're gonna get it.
We're gonna jump in over there too now.
So let's go. Anything over here?
No, we're
Actually,
good.
okay. We can go in here.
We go.
All right, yeah.
Andy's gonna walk us through.
We're going to walk you through some of this backlighting material that you just saw in our new design launch.
So same sample as over there, but in real life.
In real life backlit, that is correct. So we are seeing a lot of of partners of ours replacing lighting fixtures altogether and using material like brining to go ahead and be their lighting fixture as well as their vanity or their island top, whatever that case application is.
Okay.
So we're seeing that, as you can see here, this is the fireplace application, also a phenomenal way to utilize backlit material.
And so when we're backlighting this, it's just LED strip lights, or are we doing like a circle or panels? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a panel that you suggest we use, or is there any panelized like LED is going to work?
We always recommend to partner with your local lighting companies to get the best. I will say 6,700 lumens is where we've seen the best turnout for any and material to feed for backlighting purposes.
I mean, this display puts it in perspective right away. Like, you're talking about how to mix materials and bring to life your fireplace.
That is that Everly Blakely that we were just talking about over there. So you've got that around.
Oh,
the bright.
both.
So we've got both of them here for you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
Which
Very
kind of
cool.
transitions into our next one, if you like.
We're going around this corner?
So a lot of people don't realize Cambria, you're able to use it for multifaceted applications.
Okay.
Right? One being wall cladding, right? You're able to wall clad our material, right? And people love to get rid of the grout lines in their bathrooms and have one solid piece, easier to maintain, right? A lot more when it comes to maintenance. And the other piece is you're also able to make integrated sinks, like you see here, right? Which it's rated for.
So I was at Skyline.
Yes.
Like, we did a video with them, but I was there maybe a month ago, and they built an entire box out of Cambria, and it was like a floating box. So they showed this, and they had a separate piece on it. This is a wild install.
That's a drop safe. It's really nice. You don't have to worry about anything with that.
And just talking about like the no grout lines, not only in your bathroom is it really great, but we always talk about backsplash.
Yes.
And then we're doing all these big hood vents now.
Yes.
And then you talk about grout lines. Holy cow. So this is a great option. And then installing on top of that from it is really easy when you have one slab.
Absolutely.
So like you can see how nice this is, and then even the niche as well. It's crazy. This is a great display.
Now, if you look here, people also don't realize that you can use our product for floor. We can custom cut your tile, right, and have it in sequence where it's vein aligned. Right?
Okay.
And you talked about the matte finishes. This is the best part about that too. And here that you can use these on the floor, and you would go ahead and put that in a matte finish.
And so when we're talking about floor, this is a 1cm product,
Yes.
and then you're matching it to a 3cm or a 1cm.
Oh, well, the ones you can use 1cm as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're keeping consistent flow through, and then as we saw on our video with Skyline, they're going to match those veins to go straight up the wall, everything. That's crazy.
Bring it all in.
So just a question about this, we're showing shower here, put a drain here. How are we dealing with the water movement on this, sloping front to back?
You're going to do a nice slope that you would have, and you probably do a linear drain so you can go all the way
Right,
in.
absolutely.
So, push it all the way in. Just a mild slope, just like you would do for any tile that you would be installing the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it caught it on there, but like a Schluter base underneath it, and then rolling it back, and then and we're just insetting the whole shower room, right?
That is correct.
Cool. So tell us a little about Remington brass, because it comes in 2 colors, right?
Yes. So Remington brass, we realized quickly, trend-wise, that this aloe style of visual pops, and people are asking for darker tones.
Yeah.
So the mixture of that dark browns with that brass, it's just a color pop you can't replicate. This is, it's absolutely stunning.
This sample does no justice.
It doesn't do justice at all. You got to see this in a full-size application for sure.
Yeah, this is a slab you have to see.
Understand that movement, what you're really going to get out of it, and then how that impacts things. This is just an amazing finish.
No, I think we got we saw like a sample like this big right here. And boom.
1/60th of its size.
And then you see how you can two-tone it with Stone Street.
Yeah,
right?
Amazing.
Also a textured design, right? That gives you that feel.
So when you say texture, is that what other people refer to as like a leathered?
A leather finish.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So now if we wrap around here though, you'll be able to see the tone from brass to steel.
Okay, so the Remington comes in a steel and a brass.
That is correct.
And so we're gonna slide by.
Very different with any of or impetus.
So if you look here on the island,
Yep.
this is that steel version that we're talking about.
Okay, so
So you're
it's
that brass, now you're in that steel look. So
Yep.
a little bit different, a little bit more pop to it, a lot more feel.
yeah, but like I think if you're going with a brass look in your kitchen, because you know brass is kind of coming back,
It
brass
is.
handles, things like that, you go with the Remington brass. If you're going with like a matte kind of new age kind of steel look, you go with that because this will pull in your appliances,
It can pull in all of your
pulling
appliances.
all your items in
Absolutely.
there,
100%.
and you get that highlight. I mean, this is we just talked about backsplash to a hood vent, like
Absolutely.
that is
and like
it.
you said, and that would be a great way to look at a hood and the different usages.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Still fills that space, still gives you that really elegant look and feel to it.
No, this is amazing. This is one of the coolest displays. We walk by and we're like, cabinets aren't really that fun to see, but when you put it in this perspective, this is how you show a
brings it
kitchen.
together.
Yeah, it is.
This is
right?
how you show a kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, so John, we're here at Schluter, the best system as a builder for
very much.
your buck because it saves you. But can you give us a good idea of what Schluter is, why anyone should use it, and why they should, like a homeowner should say, I want a Schluter shower?
Yeah, by all means. This is a very traditional shower here. We're showing a very simple concept. We have a number of different versions to get us to a waterproof shower so we can have our drywall. This shows our drywall with our membrane on it. This is our Curdy board product. We make other components in board material, so we make curbs, benches, all that type of stuff. And then we also have our shower trays, so you can do you can either have a dry pack shower tray covered in our Curdy membrane, or you can have our prefab shower trays that are pre-sloped, ready to go, recessed, everything for our point drains. So
And this is the point drain version.
this
so
is the point drain version.
just to dumb it down for some not to say dumb it down, but to make it a little more achievable, like this would be the install where you just put up your backer board, then you put this up here, or you guys have an integrated backer board
Correct.
with the product already installed.
Correct. So one is a little bit more labor intensive, one's a little bit more material intensive when it comes to cost. So it's very similar. It's not a significant difference in pricing. It's just whatever option better suits the actual project that you're doing. So
Yeah, I see like this being a really big and important piece of renovation.
Very much so.
And especially if you have a center drain, moving that drain to a linear drain is going to be a pain in the butt. But if your shower is longer than what you guys have, you can always add more to it to
you
help
can
the
add
slope
dry
grow.
pack at any time. You can add dry pack, and then it needs to be covered in the Curdy membrane. You need to have a 2-inch overlap at all times.
Okay.
So if
That was
you
another
are
question.
overlapping onto the dry pack, it must be 2 inches back onto the Curdy membrane, up the walls, same thing. You can see we have inside corners here.
Yep.
We have banding. You can wrap this material around the corner, but you would still need the corners at the base where it ties into the floor, but you could eliminate the banding up the wall. For the Curdy board, being a polypropylene product with the membrane on top of it already, you still need to use the banding on all penetrations as well as corners, seams, all that kind of stuff.
And so we're talking about banding.
So the banding, it would be this.
Yep. But do you have, so I'm going to use this for a prop, right?
Yeah.
So you have your drain here, or your shower valve.
So we
do
do
you
have
specific-
we have a mixing valve
Piece.
yes, and a toe tester or pipe seal as well.
Okay.
So mixing valve seal and a pipe seal, we have both of those. We do know that not every mixing valve seal is made the same, especially today with so many different variations of it. We make one. If it doesn't fit the one that so we made it to fit the old Moen standard
Natural
faucet 4-inch. You can wrap the material into the opening to protect the edges of the drywall to ensure that we're not getting water into the core of the drywall.
So
which
it's
is really
tighter.
yeah.
Yeah, and if it's bigger, you can just cut it a little bit out with
Correct,
that knife.
yeah.
So this is center drain. This would be your same example. So I think this, if you shoot this at, this is the pre-made
prefab shower tray,
tray.
and it's sloped now for the linear drain option. It's sloped in either one direction or two, because you could have a center placement if you so desired.
Right.
So you're sloping two directions. If you're a wall placement or an entrance placement, you would use the tray that has the slope only in one direction. Again, you can do dry pack as well.
Okay.
You're going to have the same thing. This is essentially what the channel body looks like. So the channel body fits in here. This is our Curdy line. So this was our original linear drain drain that we introduced, it comes in 4-inch increments from 20 inches all the way up to 72.
Wow.
With a number of different grate options, including
drain.
a tileable grate, and then black is now our most popular color. We've also introduced a new drain, which is completely customizable, which is the Curdy Line Vario. We don't have it in this section here, but we can talk about that if you want. But it's available. It is completely customizable. You can cut it down from 10 inches all the way to 8 feet, so it's got some great options.
8-foot drain would be
Yes,
an
we have
enormous
one
shot.
on the other side of the booth that we can show you.
Yeah.
Which is really, really neat. Again, they offer a couple of different things when it comes to Curdy Line versus Curdy Line Vario. One being the fact that this has a very deep trough in it.
Yep.
So a lot of the water's hidden under the grate itself during evacuation of water. The Curdy Line Vario is a little bit of a shallower channel body. So if you're building the human car wash, which a lot of people want these days, so we got body sprays and all sorts of stuff, this is going to be a better system for you because
aesthetically,
because the water will be under here, it won't be visible, whereas in the Vario, it would be visible standing water almost, but it's not evacuating any different, still 2.5 gallons per minute. So
it's just that moment in the showers. And
Correct.
so this is a really good example of when you talk about the corners and the seams, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, this is your fabric to fabric seam,
Correct.
and this is board to board seam. So you still got to have your seams.
Still need to put banding between any floor and wall transitions.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we have banding there and inside corners and whatnot. The linear drain also, the channel body itself has the banding mechanically fastened already to it.
Okay.
So you can integrate and have that 2-inch overlap and whatnot. So
this 5-inch piece right here is mechanically
attached.
fastened, and then you're
Correct.
pulling it out. Very cool.
So, and then this is one of our great options, and it's got an adjustable, so this is the frame itself. During installation of this, there's some wing nuts and some set screws that get installed so that you set the height as you're tiling the floor, so that you set the height of this to ensure that you are actually a 1/16 of an inch below the tile rather than a 16 inch above the tile, because if it's above the tile, you're creating a water dam, and then you're going to have, likely have problems.
So
right?
when we're installing this on site, what we want to do is have a tile with us. Drop a tile with the installer.
100%. The floor portion needs to be tiled at the same time as the grates going in, for sure. It would be very difficult to do it otherwise, because then you would just be set at the wrong height.
Sometimes, with a center drain, you can just put it in later. You have a good idea of what it's going to be.
So our Curdy board components, and again, we have curbs here. You can see this curb is actually 4.5 inches wide. It comes 6 inches tall. The beauty of this type of thing is that it can be cut down because it's a utility knife and you can cut it. You can't cut the width, but you can cut the height, and you can obviously cut the length just with a utility knife. So today's tradition, people want a lower curb. Maybe they only want a 2-inch curb or 3-inch curb, so this could be cut down to accommodate that. It's fully supported inside. Same with our benches. We have benches made out of our Curdy board. We have niches made out of Curdy board, all that kind of stuff. So.
And this is really cool because it's got the lines. So to cut it, it should be
to cut it, it's easier. We don't necessarily, like when it comes to even on our Curdy membrane and our Curdy membrane for sure, the printed grid lines are on the one side. They're not on the other side. There's no right or wrong as far as direction install. We don't necessarily recommend you use this to do your tiling, because then that would have to be set level. That would be a lot of work to put this up that way.
Use a laser level.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, John. Thank you for running us through it. This is my favorite system. That's why we want to make sure we highlighted it.